It is my pleasure to present to you a killer set from a young poet who I have been watching crush slams all around Phoenix for months now. So this guy coming up the stage, I know he's ready, but I'm gonna talk here for another second because I've seen him win on the east side of Phoenix. I've seen him win up here before. I've seen him win at least 4 or 5 slams personally. I've seen him feature. I know that he just graduated high school. He's headed off to college. It's on his mission to relaunch the college slam team circuit in the state of Arizona. So not just as a poet, but as an organizer and as kind of a pillar in the community already. It is my pleasure to introduce to you tonight's feature, Sam Brown. Check it out. Yeah.
Hello, everyone. I'm just gonna get straight into it. Hi, my name's Sam Brown, and I'm an alcoholic. There's just something about the burning in my throat that helps me forget the burning in my brain, or the fire in my heart, or the cuts on my wrists, or the bruises on my face, or the... Sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. You know, it's probably something a few shots of vodka can fix, or a glass of bourbon, or 2 or 3, because I am an alcoholic. I went from being drunk off beatings to high off fake love to broken over fake bonds to screaming over lost families to shooting to sorry. I'm still getting ahead of myself. You know, it's definitely something a few shots of vodka can fix, or a glass of bourbon, or 2 or 7, because I am an alcoholic. I went from fearing death to accepting it to chasing it to squeezing a trigger to I'm still getting ahead of myself. Hopefully it's something a few shots of anything can fix, because I am an alcoholic. But I'm not chasing a buzz, I'm running from remembrance. I was shown and paved a path, the bottoms up an empty pill bottle, so this is not my choice. I was born an alcoholic. And every day I get into fist fights with my mirror. That's probably why I'm bleeding so much. I'm always at war with myself, so thank God I have alcohol to disinfect my wounds, and I have tacks or staples or razor blades or a butter knife to cut away the bad parts of myself. But who am I kidding, y'all? Every part of myself is a bad part of myself, so I might as well not feel it. Bottoms up, and then bottoms up, and then bottoms up, and then... and you see, I knew I had a problem when I wanted to drink at 10 a.m., but I swore it was only for the flavor, because I should stop. Addiction doesn't run in my family. Addiction runs my family, and I'm not at war with myself. I'm at war with the thing that killed them and half of me, because although I might say I'm an alcoholic, there are days I can say I am not. I carry such a big water bottle because the more water I drink, the less thirsty I am for liquor. The more I look at who's in the mirror, the less need I feel to kill him. And as I stand on this bridge and feel the wind in my hair, the more I stare, the less I want to jump. But I fear, y'all, I fear that if I'm not sober, I won't be able to stop myself from slipping. So I say no. I say I'm more than the things that confine me. I am more than the things I have defined myself as, and I am so much more than what I fail to be. Only now that I say these things that are true, because when I told myself for the first time I am an alcoholic, I did so pouring a drink. So now I tell myself, I say that I am a poet, 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 I am a man, I am a goddamn man, but I am an alcoholic. The worst people are those who realize their evils, yet refuse to change them. So I say I'm a good person, and I say I'm trying, and I say if I slip, it will not be up a bridge, not anymore, because instead of trying to suppress this war, I'm willing to fight it. So if I slip, then I slip trying to succeed. And I guess that's all we can ever do. Hi. My name is Sam Brown, and I am more than the things that define me. I am trying. Thank you. So as y'all just heard, my name is Sam Brown, and I am eternally grateful to be able to make it up here today and be featured. And I just want to give the hugest, warmest welcome to all of Prescott, to LMB, to Adrian, to everybody for having me here. Thank you guys so much. Round of applause for yourselves. Thank you. This is a lovely space, and this is a lovely community, and I believe that the only way to make real connections is to allow yourself to be vulnerable. And so today I just want to come up here and I want to shed all of the sheepskin that I've kept on me for so long, and I want to be vulnerable for every single person in this audience tonight. And so that's what I just did. Being yourself is fucking scary. You know what the number one fear in the entire world is, above drowning, is public speaking. So most people would much rather choke to death underwater than come up here and do what I just did and what the poets earlier just did. So I'm blessed to be able to participate and to be a part of this.
Thank you, poets.
Thank you. Yes, round of applause for poets. And so this next piece I have, it's about dealing with the pain from addictions and things like that, because all pain is heavy, and we all cope in different ways, and I definitely didn't choose healthy ways for a long part of my life. So this piece is called I Keep Breaking Mirrors. Please enjoy it. Last month, I took way too many non-prescription drugs, and I punched a handheld mirror. I was bleeding from my stomach, bleeding from my fists. I don't know why I kept holding the mirror up. Maybe if I stared long enough, the shattered pieces of glass would start to reflect the shattered pieces of my soul, and I could figure out how to mend them back together. The only problem is I don't know what back together looks like. I've never looked that hard. I've been so busy looking for the ants on the sidewalk, I forgot to look for the ants crawling all over my own skin, and now I'm just a bug bite-ridden itch cream poet trying to write a bandage strong enough to heal my wounds. I write about myself because that's one of the only people I've never met, and it feels like he keeps running and I'm way too messed up to keep chasing him. So instead I stand to my mirror. I stand to this portal to another dimension, a dimension of my reflection always stops me from getting to the thing I'm best at, is holding myself back. I've been so busy counting thunder to find where lightning strikes, I forgot to cover my head before the rain started, and now I'm just a cold, soaked clothes poet trying to write enough fire to keep me warm, so I will set myself ablaze only to fight off this winter in my mind, this ice in my drink, this coolness on my blade. I will melt myself like sand so I have the chance to glance at who I am. Each poem that I write is a grain in this beach we call life. Wait, this bitch we call life. Each poem that I write is a breath in these lungs that are soon due to collapse. So I pump my chest with tear-filled pages, and I continue to stay alive, and I continue to write, and I continue to breathe. But most importantly, I continue to bleed. Now, I know it probably sounds really messed up, but my favorite ink is blood. I just can't create without a little bit of pain, so I punch my mirrors and I slit my wrists and I write, and people, they applaud, and I look back at my shattered mirrors and I stain red and I ask, why? Why must you be shattered? Why must I be hurt for me to have value? Why do I only look for myself in a broken mirror? Why am I scared to look in a mirror that isn't shattered? Maybe if I see the full picture of who I am, it'll be too much to handle. Maybe if I see my addiction so close to my anger, I won't be able to stop beating myself up. Maybe if I see my talent so close to my laziness, I'll write 1,000,000 poems that never leave my tongue. And maybe if I see my past holding hands with the people I love now, I'll cut everybody off so I can't get hurt again. I know it's childish to stop myself from living in fear of the pain it causes, but I'm only 17, I'm still a fucking child, so I live in fear. And I punch all of my mirrors, and I scream, and I cry, and I ask why? Why do I only look for myself in a broken mirror if a broken mirror works all the same? Why do I have to rely on pain to make art that is beautiful? Last week I wrote a love poem that ended in suicide. Even my love is just a masquerade. I'm running from myself in a one-man race, and I'm still losing only because I'm still choosing to be in this place that hurts me from my journey. You know, you can't grow without a little bit of pain. That's why every rose bush has thorns, and that's why every poet has scars, because we're all just learning how to grow by looking for ourselves in these broken mirrors. Everybody is trying to cope. That's something when you look around, when you come to places like this, when you're anywhere in the fucking world, you need to realize, because every single person is trying to cope. Me, I did it in unhealthy ways. And I want to share that with you to say it's not the only way. You don't have to look for yourself in a broken mirror, because just because the reflection is smaller, it's still you. You're not changing anything by making yourself bleed. So please, let yourself see the full picture and be who you are. This next piece is about embracing that. While my mirrors might already be shattered, I can still look at the reflection fully, and I can still dance through my pain. So this piece is called Dancing in a Dust Storm. I hope y'all enjoy.
Yeah.
Yo, I'm dancing in a dust storm. It's like dancing in the rain, except I'm too afraid to actually dance in the rain, especially in front of an audience. The audience being this water God has sent to wash away my sins. I'm scared of dancing in the rain because it just might wash away all of this dirt and this mud that I was born in. All of this dirt and this mud that I have covered myself in. So I dance in a dust storm. I dance in places that add to my baggage, so I never have to deal with unpacking it. The most I ever do is unzip one suitcase, one memory, then I stumble into a chapter in my life that gives me 6 more, and I decide this older suitcase, man, that can wait. But the problem with that is every suitcase is old once you get a new one, and this dust never stops hitting me. I'm dancing in a dust storm with my eyes wide open in hopes that I'll go blind to the things that hurt me, and I never have to look at myself again, because the last time I looked at myself, it started with slurred words and blurry vision, and that is not a place I can escape from twice. I'll be honest, since it's just y'all, that's not a place I can escape from 4 or 5 or 10 times. I've got a lot of dust in my dust storm. We do live in a desert. But at least I'm dancing. At least I'm not sitting on the floor like I do in the shower. At least I'm up and moving and thinking and feeling and creating and growing, and at least I'm dancing. At least I'm me. At least I think I am. You know, I'm really starting to wonder what's going to happen the day my legs are too tired to dance. Will I just fall off into obscurity? Will I still be known? Will other people dance to the beat of my poems and find a way to escape their own storms? And will I be the subtitles to a life in shambles that isn't mine for a change? Man, I hope so. That's the only reason I'm still dancing in this dust storm, so I can feel this pain and learn how to get over it and put that knowledge into a poem so someone else can get over it. I will never get over it because I'm scared the day I do is the day I stop having value. I feel I'm only as powerful as the struggles that haven't killed me yet. Now, if I cut off all my thorns, what type of rose bush would I be? And sure, having these thorns, I might stab my soul every once in a while, every hour or two. But at least I have a defense against the people that want to pluck my soul for the beauty of it. I thought you were supposed to water the flowers you love so you can watch them grow instead of ripping them from their roots, and all that gives them life. My worst fear is to be a dead flower used as a bookmark in a book that does not contain my writing, so I dance in dust storms and I grow my thorns larger than my petals. Every once in a while, I dip myself into the rain just so I could be watered, just so I know there really is hope for a better life. But once this dirt that I was born in starts to wash off my body, I always run back to the dust storm. I truthfully don't know what I'm more afraid of. Losing myself when I wash my body clean, or finding myself when I no longer have this dirt weighing me down. So I stay somewhere in the middle. You know, I might be in this dust storm and it might hurt so fucking much, but at least, I'm dancing. Thank you. So, stemming back to what I said earlier about vulnerability, what I like to do with my poems is to show people that it's not the last resort. You don't have to fall back into your addictions. You don't have to fall back into the things that are easy. Well, I mean, obviously it's not easy. It's hard to go through this, but it's a lot harder to heal. That's because when we're healing from healing, that shit hurts and we haven't realized how to get past it. So what I've realized is that if you can define yourself, then you can exceed all expectations of past definitions given unto you by your demons, by other people. Maybe your parents wanted you to be a certain way. Maybe you're different from society's norms and standards. Fuck all of that. Y'all just need to be yourself, and you need to figure out who that is. I have no fucking clue who I am, but I'm here, and I'm trying, and I'm dancing, and I'm spitting, and y'all, for some reason, are listening. That happens when you have the courage to be vulnerable, when you're brave enough to speak in front of an audience, and when you have an audience of amazing, amazing people listening to you. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate everybody in here. Thank you. Thank you. So part of the ways that I've been dancing is by labeling. I don't like to limit. I don't like to say I'm only this or only that. I like to say I am this and I can be that. So this next piece is called I Am an Artist. What am I? I believe that everyone needs to define themselves, and this is my attempt at doing that. So I hope you guys enjoy. Hi, my name is Sam Brown, as you heard. And I'm an artist. Lately, I've been trying to define what that means. You see, James Baldwin once wrote, "The price one pays for pursuing any profession or calling is an intimate knowledge of its ugly side." There's an ugly side in artistry, one that I've become all too familiar with, but you can't describe swimming if you've never touched the water, so I stare up into the sun, kisses my eyes goodnight with thoughts running through my mind and my pen poking holes through my paper, yet on my journals I left blank. Because to write, y'all, is to live. And I'm not sure how much of my life I have left to give. I open my dictionary and all it's spelled P-A-I-N. Why can't it be L-O-V-E? Why can't it be anything else? I feel like I'm standing in a room full of mirrors trying to find myself, but I'm only gazing into the eyes of my reflection as it begins to fill with smoke. Because being real is to embrace hatred. So being an artist is just smoke and mirrors. I don't want to lie to y'all, so I'm going to be honest. I used to love myself before I started to write, before I knew who I was, because back then I could shut these thoughts off without bourbon burning my lips and my head spinning like a river. This flows through my veins and numbs my pain. I won't be the same no more. And I'm scared because I think I like how I feel when I'm on them pills and I'm taking shots, only because the ringing in my ears helps the silence stop in the silence. It's scary. But once you realize you can do something, it's so hard to live with yourself if you don't. And I'm already thinking about moving out, so I better keep writing. Yesterday, someone asked me what it means to be an artist, and I said it means to keep fighting. Even if it's 2 a.m. and your eyes keep crying, you writing that poem and your mind keep dying, you need to keep fighting. Why? When they asked me why, and I said, fuck if I know. Fighting is like saying no when you staring at that bottle or you cocking up your gun. I don't really have an explanation. I just know that we should do it. Because this life is like a tightrope, but we're not born at the ends. So we could walk a mile to quiet this pain, or we could walk 1,000 to end it. I know way too many people to walk that mile yet still fell off. So I walk 1,000 every day just to stop this for my children. And I bring back all them secrets and I spread them around. Listen, we all deserve to be seen, but not all of us are ready to be found. So I'm going to spread them in the dark too. To be an artist is to rip apart your own heart too and hope you have someone to put them pieces back together. That's just more stuff to write about. And now, I'm not saying I'm better than any of y'all. I'm not taking a high route. I'm just saying I am an artist. What that means is something I got to think about. But it's my rough assumption. An artist is someone who writes about smiles with tears ripping the dryness from their face. Someone who runs after answers and will never stop their chase, even if the questions are never asked. An artist is someone that's so damn terrified of the dark that they sit in it for inspiration, and someone who invites a demon to their dinner party with no hesitation. I think that jerk chicken tastes better with a real jerk sitting next to you. But at least, that's who I am. But I could be nothing at all, and that's the most terrifying thing, so I'm going to sit in this water even as it tries to drown me. I'm going to choose to be an artist, even with all the ugliness it brings. Thank you. Thank you. So, I'm not saying anything magical when I say this world is not a perfect place, and when I say that we are not perfect people. But too often, we hurt ourselves by defining ourselves as something perfect. We try to say, oh, I'm an artist, I'm a painter, I am a poet, I am a mechanic, I am anything. And we don't realize that being this thing involves all of our faults. It involves all of our traumas and our baggage. It involves all of our dust and our addictions. It involves everything we've ever gone through. So to be an artist, to be a poet, to be anything, is to be all you've been and then some. Too often we say, I am not, because of this pain, because of this turmoil. Too often we tell ourselves we can't because of these feelings we're scared to feel. Like, what? I know doctors that cry. I know lawyers that have gone through divorce. I know poets who have felt pain. Obviously, we've heard poetry before. But the point of all of this is you are not going to be perfect, so don't try to chase that. The only thing you need to be is yourself. And every day you need to wake up and you need to say that this is who I am. You need to say I am an artist, or I am whatever the fuck I want to be today. It's Tuesday. I'm feeling a little swaggy. I'm going to go out and I'm going to ride bicycles for a living. Do whatever you want to do. Just be yourself and figure out who that is. I'm Sam Brown and I'm an artist. Thank you guys so much for having me. I really appreciate it. Thank you to Prescott Poetry Slam. Thank you, everybody. Have a beautiful night.